Thank you, Mr. Chair, and again, welcome to both of the nominees. Appreciate the opportunity to raise some questions and issues with you. First, as we all know, FERC is critically important. It serves as a central regulator for America's interstate energy system, shaping everything from grid reliability to our monthly bills, as well as the pace of project deployment. And all this work is made possible not just by the commissioners, but by the professional staff. So my first question for both of you is a yes or no question. Do you agree that the FERC staff is critical to the operations and success of FERC? Ms. Sweat.
Yes, Senator. Thank you for the question. I absolutely agree with that premise.
Mr. Lissert.
Yes, Senator. FERC will not be successful without the outstanding career staff that are there.
I very much appreciate your answers, and the reason I lead with that is because, as you, I imagine, are aware, in February of this year, President Trump issued an executive order requiring that agency heads undertake preparations to initiate large-scale reductions in force at their respective agencies. So given your acknowledgement that the staff at FERC is critical to its mission and success, will you commit to protecting FERC staff from directed reductions in force, whether they come from the president, whether they come from DOGE, or anybody else at the White House? Mr.
Senator, thank you for the question. I don't foresee a large-scale reduction in force at FERC. The mission of FERC is directly in line with the president's management agenda, and I don't foresee anyone asking that of FERC.
Ms. Sweat.
Thank you for the question, Senator. As someone who worked alongside FERC staff myself, I know how hard they work, how mission-driven they are, how technically strong and legally strong they are, and the value of each employee there.
Okay, I'm not getting a clear yes, I'm going to go to bat for the professional staff. And you may not foresee a directed reduction in staff, but we've seen it across the administration for months and months and months now. So yes or no, you're going to go to bat for maintaining staffing levels?
Yes
or no? Yes or no, Ms. Sweat?
Yes, Senator.
Thank you very much. The second area, I wanted to just echo a concern that Senator Heinrich has raised a couple of times. And so did Senator King, for that matter, respecting the independence of FERC and how critical that independence is for the job that it does. Ms. Sweat, I'm satisfied with the answer you've given earlier, but Mr. Lissert, you kind of gave a little bit of a caveat referencing the Supreme Court and whether they would change anything in terms of the president's ability to hire or fire commissioners. What's your commitment to maintaining the independence of FERC regardless of the outcome of any case that gets to the Supreme Court?
Senator, I'll do the utmost of my ability under the law to maintain the independence of FERC 100%.
Okay, because I just can't imagine, and again, this is not hypothetical. We've seen the president threaten it and actually follow up on those threats in agency after agency, both those directly under his jurisdiction and authorities, and many of those that are not. So that is a significant concern. The last area I do want to bring up is transmission and generation. Obviously, it's critical for fulfilling our growing needs as a country and as an economy. What we've seen since last Congress is continued delays and consistent projections of load growth, as well as increasing energy costs. That's the data before us at this moment. So what specific steps should FERC take to accelerate the interconnection queue processing, particularly for transmission level projects? I know Senator Cortez-Masto raised this, but I want to be more specific and precise here. Specific proposals or ideas?
Thank you, Senator. First, I'd like to acknowledge that we need more transmission. That's beyond debate. I think that to meet the coming needs, I've seen some of the growth projections and I've seen some of the need projections, and I certainly understand where you're coming from in that. So transmission is going to be part and parcel to maintaining that growth and sustaining that growth over the long term. But it's important to note also we need to do so with protecting the ratepayers. It needs to be an important balance. As I noted in my opening, that needs to be done decision by decision and brick by brick. That is the way that policy is implemented at FERC, and that's my commitment to you if I'm confirmed.
So one follow-up comment and one follow-up question to that. And then, of course, Ms. Sweat, I'll ask you to chime in. One, there are proposals being kicked around, particularly as we've gone through our permitting reform negotiations here at this committee level, standardized timelines and penalties for transmission owners who fail to meet those deadlines is certainly one balanced carrot and stick approach to move the ball forward. But the follow-up question, my final question at this moment is, do you commit to doing that job and meeting those objectives regardless of resource type? If we're in such need of additional energy on the grid, I know this administration is a big fan of fossil fuels, but electrons are electrons, whether they're natural gas plants that are generating that electricity, whether it is geothermal generating the electricity. We've talked about hydro in this hearing. I want an equal commitment to solar projects, to wind projects, whether it's onshore or offshore. Yes or no, Mr. Lacerte and Ms. Sweat?
Thank you, Senator. The Federal Power Act requires that a FERC commissioner be neutral in such a thing. So I'm going to follow the law. I'm going to maintain that neutrality.
Thank you, Ms. Sweat.
Thank you for the question, Senator. I echo my colleagues' sentiments here that FERC cannot unduly discriminate against any type of generation.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.